We are saying our goodbyes then to the United States, but we're also saying our goodbyes to Cristiano Ronaldo. Zlatan, that's what I want to talk to you about in just a second, because he said yesterday that this would be his last World Cup after they were knocked out, Portugal against Spain. Let's hear from Cristiano Ronaldo after that game.
Well, normal, sad to leave the World Cup like this, but as I said yesterday in the press conference, I gave everything, I gave my best, and I live with a clear conscience, right? This is football. This is the life of a footballer. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you have to keep going. The truth is, it was my last World Cup, yes, but I will have time for everything else, to think, be with my family, not make decisions in the heat of the moment, and continue with life.
It's important to say, Zlatan, he is not retiring from football. He's not retiring from international football, but he is saying, look, I'm 41. I'm not going to be at a World Cup when I'm 45. So how do you reflect on his legacy at World Cups on the world stage?
I mean, I send him all my respect. What he did massive things. I think the World Cup will miss him, as he will miss also the World Cup. I think he tried to win the World Cup. This gentleman won it. It's not easy. It's the most difficult thing probably to win, and his mentality is to win in everything he goes in. So for sure, the world is going to miss him by playing the World Cup, but he didn't say he retired from the national team. So let's see what happens there. And I think the world should enjoy him while he's playing, whatever shirt he uses. And this is the last World Cup. It was the last World Cup also for Neymar, but probably he stopped the national team like Modric. But for sure, people is going to miss him, and let's see how long. But it's understandable also because the age he has, and it catches up to everyone, just like it did for this gentleman, and this animal. So this is part of the game.
Thierry, real quick on Cristiano Ronaldo, we have to move on.
No, look, a lot of great players didn't win the World Cup. That doesn't define their legacy. His legacy is untouchable. Whatever he's going to decide, I wish him all the best. I wish he can pass 1,000 goals. He inspired a lot of generation kids, especially with the way he breathes, lives, and thinks football. Look at his body, look at how he is. He's an example for everybody. So, big man, all the very best in what you wish to do.
Thank you, guys. OK, all-day access, sponsored by Verizon. Then the final two pieces of the quarter-final puzzle yesterday. Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career is now over after Spain beat Portugal 1-0, and the United States reached the end of their line 2, knocked out 4-1 by Belgium. Hello and welcome along to the final day of the round of 16 action at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with US Soccer Hall of Famer Alexi Lalas, Sweden's all-time leading scorer, that man Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and 1998 World Cup champion Thierry Henry. I'm Rebecca Lowe. Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining us. And Lexi, you are our first port of call this morning, because I know you've not had too much sleep, but you have managed to have a few hours at least to digest what happened last night with the US going out to the World Cup. And your thoughts this morning are what?
Yeah, I mean, look, as a fan, and I am a fan of this team and of this sport, as a fan, you don't have perspective, and that's your prerogative. And it's kind of what I love about being a fan, is that at times you are irrational, and it's emotional, and it's personal. And you know, yesterday certainly was one of those days, and now in the light of a new day, I still think that I share the sentiment with many people out there that I'm still disappointed, a little bit angry, in that I think yesterday was the one that got away. It was a lost opportunity. This U.S. team picked the worst day to have their worst day. But I also reiterate that the time for moral victories is gone. It doesn't mean that I'm not hopeful and proud in many ways of what has happened. I mean, you look at the way that this team galvanized the country to see the country through the lens of the World Cup and through this team, and they deserve a tremendous amount of credit for that. I also think that what makes me hopeful is that there was heightened expectations in a good way, not Pollyanna, not being delusional about it, but people want to see more from this team and aren't accepting just being there. And that's, you know, that's a good thing. And that is progress. And ultimately, the celebrations around this team were justified. But yeah, it still hurts. But we move on because we have a whole lot more tournament here. And while the U.S. goes out, this tournament continues on. And whether it's today or going forward to that final, there's a lot to talk about and a lot to celebrate.
Yep, there sure is. Thierry, yesterday you very much wanted to focus on the game, not the Flo Balogun situation. But today, I know you want to just make a point about that situation.
Yeah, I want to reiterate what I said. I don't think people understood my when I raised Article 27. That was sarcasm. I thought people could understand that, but they didn't. So I'm going to say it again. I do agree with the fact that it wasn't a red, because if I was a player and someone gave me a red like that, I wouldn't have accepted that. But I don't agree with how they rescinded the red. Do you understand what I'm saying? What FIFA did wasn't right. But it was the right thing in terms of not giving a red. That should have been a decision that was done on the field. Not after 3 days, 4 days. I didn't agree with that at all. So please do not
Why
get
isn't it right?
Because it's not right. The Article 27 doesn't say that. No, Article 27 doesn't say that. That's my opinion. What FIFA did wasn't right. It wasn't a red, but what FIFA did wasn't right. And he fired up Belgium. It did. Look at how they were, the celebration, the dancing at the end, and everything that was there. It wasn't right. He fired them up, and you saw it straight away overturn this.
So Ronaldo shouldn't have played in the World Cup either, then?
I said sure. No, don't you say whatever you want to say. I'm talking about the Balogun situation, and I stay there. Let's talk about Cristiano now.
Okay.
Hold on. What is not right about it?
That's my opinion. I don't think it was right.
I understand your opinion. I completely understand your opinion.
That's about it. That's where I stand.
But nobody broke any rules or regulations or laws, right?
That's what I believe. The red wasn't a red for Balogun. I said it, and I will say it again. The way it happened after, I didn't agree with it. That's about it.
So you agree with the fact that it shouldn't have been a red?
No,
the
yes,
right
it shouldn't have been a red.
decision was come to the wrong way.
Yes.
So the right decision was come to the wrong way also when it comes to Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's on you to talk, if you want to talk. I'm talking about Balogun. This is the World Cup.
So
my team's out of the World Cup now, so it's a completely different story here.
Okay. Okay, I'm not coming to you.